Okay, so basically, this video basically a continuation from the previous video about me with having the issue about being alone and being sad. Okay, it's kind of cringy to think about it because if you explain your feelings in the internet, you usually feel cringy about that. Okay, okay, but today I want to talk about something real quick. Okay. So basically, a friend that I will nickname as Yin. Okay. Uh, we played games together for like a while ago, and it was fun. And it's for the first time that I've realized that playing with friends is fun. Actually, like no, like basically, I realized that this friend is really nice and really fun to play with. And but at the same time, one day today actually, they decided to unable to be online, and I understand that usually friends like these will probably become busy and unable to play at some certain time because usually like they need to wake up early tomorrow, and I'm playing very late usually. But that's not the point right now. I want to explain from what I've thought about from the previous video from playing with my friend. Like, okay, it's a positive type of way. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Looking at this part of the screen, make it so that I look very funny. Okay, and I don't want that. I'm kind of sorry about that. If it looks kind of weird because you're basically like watching a video of me staring at some random screen right over here, but that's basically just my phone. Okay, I'm sorry, I need to focus right over here because this is the camera, but at the same time I want to talk directly to you guys. Okay, I want to be positive about this, and I am positive. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, please. Okay. So basically I've realized that in some certain time, uh, joy is limited. Okay, at some certain time in the past, I want to talk about this in like the previous video, but I kind of forgot about it. But basically, I've realized that uh, being weak and being strong, it it's really doesn't matter. Okay, all you need to know is that you need to understand the situation. It doesn't matter if you're trying to basically become one part of the other, but yeah. But for a better explanation, let's say there's two type of people. The one that became strong is strong, or and the one that is weak. Okay, these type of three scenario of somebody who becomes strong and who is already strong, and the one that is weak. I want to explain it in basically how I understand. Okay. Okay, so basically the one that becomes strong in certain type of time in the previous uh, few years ago, uh, I have been basically alone all the time in basically my house. I basically have no social interaction. I have my my tablet taken away most of the time, only like weekends, and then I can use it. But basically, the only interaction that I got is basically people from my school and basically my parents, and usually like uh, relative. Okay, but I want to talk about something about uh, how I become strong in the previous time. Uh, in the past, I have been very bad at games. Okay, I suck and I cry a lot, and it's cringy to remember it again. But at the same time, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Okay, yes, we could possibly become weak at certain time, but we can become strong. Okay, but the point is that when I was like still a child, I basically like a crybaby and always get angry, envious. Basically, you're a typical child. You're spoiled, typical child. Okay, but because I actually have a brain, unlike some others, like my sister, for example, uh, I have realized that that being alone means I cannot rely on others because others are busy. My parents, my sister, they are busy with their own thing, and I need to basically become strong, do things by myself. Even though they are busy, I cannot play with them all the time. Okay? But at that time, when I was a kid, all that I understood was that they are busy, so I need to play with myself. And then there's like the part where we became strong. Okay, because I have been playing alone. I have anger issue, and I want like basically always win in every single thing. I want to become the best at everything. Okay, every game that I played with my friends, I want to be the best out of it. But as a child, around 10-year old, basically, I realized that it's a bad habit because like I got envious for basically people winning while I lost, or basically others having better fortune than me. That's a bad thing. Okay, so after like a few years later, I realized that that's a bad thing, and I need to fix that. And I decided that I need to accept the part where I basically cannot become the best at everything. Others have basically better advantage at certain things, and I cannot beat them at some things. Okay, and because I accepted my defeat of being the best, I became weak, vulnerable, and that leads to basically me relying on others in games. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Okay, you need to rely on others at some certain point of time. You can always become like yourself because like being with others is fun too. Okay, I'll be honest. The part where I want to explain this is that because I'm weak, I wanted to play with others, but because others are busy, that makes me sad and lonely. And that's the connection of the previous video. Because I always rely on others, I have it so that it's more fun to play with others, or basically like it's depressing for me to just play alone. Like I understand that people are busy, and because I'm used to be better and focus on being the best, and because now I accepted my defeat and become like just a casual person, it really makes not very well because I'm not envious anymore. I have a brain now. I understand the situation, but at the same time, uh, I want to explain that being weak is okay, okay, but at the same time you need to understand that certain good things never always stay, okay, because someone that you rely on cannot always be there, and in some certain point of time where you cannot rely on others, you need to be brave, you need to fight for yourself. I mean, yes, you can probably lose in a situation, but that doesn't mean that you just accept the defeat, okay? Even though you will probably lose, you need to accept that being vulnerable and rely on others is bad, and you need to also think about yourself, okay? I have basically selfless, okay? I care more I care more about others than myself. So yeah, basically like in certain situation I will basically play with friends and help them out no matter what, but that become a real bad habit, which makes it so that I rely on others than relying on myself. And that leads to the point where I'm being alone again. And I need to basically do a cycle about that. The better way to explain this, usually I use a board to explain it, but yeah, it's. I hope you guys understand basically from what I'm saying, okay? Which is probably gonna be difficult since, well, this is really complicated to understand in the video probably. But all I'm saying is that it's kind of a loophole, okay? Sometimes you're alone, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you rely on others, which makes you weak. But at some certain time of point, you need to understand that they cannot always be around you. So you need to be strong, and that basically becomes a loophole because like uh, you basically need to rely on others, but you cannot rely on others every single time. And that was the realization that I got after I haven't played with Yin for like the whole night. So yeah, I was kind of sad that he's not online, but he just messaged me. He just messages me recently in my phone. I had to like retake it like 3 times already, so this is kind of tiring. My throat is killing me. Okay, that's the reason why I'm coughing because like because I basically have like slimy throat and I have to drink water every single time. And usually I spit out a lot of like saliva slime thing. So yeah, all I'm saying is that I now understand that good things never last forever, okay? Sometimes you're depressed and alone, but you need to understand that if you just wish for somebody to at least care about you, life will probably give that. And because you have been patient, you will be rewarded in some type of way. But you need to understand that that reward will never last forever. You can basically become rich, but if you like wanted to stay rich forever, you need to work hard, or basically like you will just need to understand that being rich doesn't last forever too. Basically, good thing must come to an end usually, but it will never end forever. There's gonna be something new that you will understand in life that you will never discover from before. You probably meet new fun people to play with, but usually there will be times where they are gone, okay? Where the memories of playing with them will be cherished into your heart and you basically unable to just get them off, okay? But you need to like accept that they're gone sometimes, but sometimes they're also like just gone for a few times. But that doesn't mean that life will always become depressed, okay? It's just a part of life. You'll go up, you'll go down. You're going to be happy, you're going to go sad. But that doesn't mean that it does like stay that like that forever. Life will basically just give you that to understand that good thing will never last forever and you just need to wait until you are able to basically gain the same positivity back again, and that will take a long while, but who knows, it will probably take a few days or a few hours, not really sure. But yeah, that's what I understand now. The previous video I'll still have it on, but still, now that you understand basically like what I was talking about now, I hope I'm gonna go and play with Yin now. And yeah, basically now I understand that being sad will never last forever. Usually it's gonna change, and you will never know until you accept it that you basically will be alone at some certain time of life. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna be always alone. There's gonna be something good, and that's what I want to give to y'all. Okay, and yeah, that's basically everything. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you're still hearing about this, I'm kind of wondering if anybody will still watch my videos, but this is just my thought. Okay, I'm gonna go and play with Yin now. So see you guys.